Bless you.
Thank
I don't
you.
even know what that was.
Why did that sound like some anime karate move?
Because it was, damn it.
It was his signature move and we missed it because it was so damn fast.
Welcome to the Streamless Podcast. Today I'm joined by Josh.
You know what it's called when a gay man streamer decides to raid someone?
What?
What?
Gay to raid.
Oh.
That was so bad.
Cordelia.
We are streamers. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Nice. High five. Simon.
I was once asked to stop at a buffet.
That's messed up. I'm sorry. I hope you get your
Not
money's
too
worth.
much.
And I'm Rhenvi, and I like to panic.
Oh, you like to panic.
Panic.
Oh my god.
I started singing that in my head. I like to panic. I like to panic.
Panic.
I like to panic.
Panic.
What are we panicking about today, though?
Oh God, everything.
The world.
But no, the world at large. It will be a whole year of COVID and our current predicament.
A whole ass year.
A whole ass year. A wet ass year. It's been a whole ass year.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of wild. So I think it'd probably be cool to kind of unpack that a little bit and talk about how that's impacted each of us, or things that we found that are interesting or different, or change for good, change for bad. I know one of the things that for me, being home, and I think Josh and I are similar. I think we're the two extroverted people of the group. And so being this whole locked in thing has been hell. It's like basically you gave a mouse, a lab rat, cocaine and left it in its little box. And you were like, oh, this is fine. Not to worry. No weapons of mass mental destruction here. We're good.
I can agree with that.
So I think that probably the most annoying part of all of that is just being able to kind of not do what we want to do. Like not being able to get out and like talk to people and hug people and interact as often as I would have, because this is a loud mouth to have it trapped in 800 square feet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So rip my husband, sorry. But like, and I think the biggest thing too is like it's been nice being home, obviously, with family to be safe, but selective family, right? So look, it's just my husband and I and our dog. But I feel like another one of the downers for me is like I haven't had a chance to miss him. Because I see him, we both work from home now. Mm-hmm. They closed his office, so he can't even go in if he wanted to. And so
the closeness makes you want to take a shit instead of the distance.
It makes me consider exactly what pressure of smothering I would need to do to actually take him out. And various other ways to maybe, this point in time, you all will have seen my Twitter takeover, which mentions my love for forensic books and anthropology and
true crime.
So
my interest in crime.
You
has
all will know
skyrocketed.
that I have studied the ways to remove the person I am married to in a very discreet way, if I should ever come to that point. I'm just saying. I know Simon will be looking out for his memory brother, like, where are you? Where are you, brother?
Memories.
And he'll be like, he does not exist. I'm sorry. Who is this
404
person you
not
speak
found.
of? Right. But
who will I rub nipples with without him?
I know, it's a shame. That's a whole other story, Streamless. You'll hear about it later. But I do think the cool thing is that companies now, and like most people now, that it's a company, an organization, a school, or whatever else, have come to the understanding that like you can't be in control of everything, and so you have to let things happen. Like even before now, I know like if before this happened in the before times, the before land,
BC, before COVID,
pretty much at this point, right? You, in my company at least, if you had a kid crying in the background or a dog barking on a meeting, they would just like shut you down. But we weren't the only company. Plenty of companies did that. Now you hear a kid crawling or pulling off a headset in the middle of a video call. You're like, okay, whatever. Like nothing ever happened. You don't even see them. And it's just so normalized. And I like that because people are human. We have lives. We have things we have to do. I like that my schedule has become a little bit more relaxed. Like if I have to go to appointments or if I have to just take some time for me or, stretch my lunch to kind of mentally just restart my engines, it's okay. It's okay. Things that in the office wouldn't have been okay, but are okay now because everyone's like, well, it's not just work from home. It's now about 5 months in, it was like mental health is important too, and it's like it's been that way since because no one thought it was supposed to be 2 weeks and we're done. We're on what, almost 12 months, yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, so
that's how a year works.
Right.
Oh my God.
Wow, Simon, that was rude. So anyway, thank you, sir.
It would have only been, like maybe a month max if people knew how to follow rules.
Right.
Follow guidelines, maybe not so much rules.
But to that point where Cordi and I lived, our governor tried to shut that shit down. And you know what they did? They tried to kidnap and kill her. Okay? Yep. You're welcome. This is America. I'm sorry. So frustrating. And you're like, how?
The thing is, her starting to shut things down, make things so that it would be, safer and everything, it was working. And then the state senate was just like, fuck you, we're taking away your emergency powers. And then the cases started going up again because they repealed everything she did. Right. So, it's a great time.
We were like the tightest wound state, tightest managed state. Our numbers were great. And then they stripped of her powers. And thankfully, the Department of Health and Human Services is stepping in, but they're getting a lot of backlash now too.
Yes, we are.
And people are still blaming her for all of this too.
Yeah.
Even though she has no power over these things.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, ain't it?
Yeah. No, it's hell, dude. It's hell.
I'm aware. I am well aware.
The sarcasm is strong with this one.
It is.
It's
I know.
Positively
and
dripping.
Listen, this one's in the future and
I'm
way more
always
than the rest of us. Ooh, wet ass Josh. All right, so
a vase, you might say.
Yeah. But I think it also has proven a lot of one of the things that cracked me up. So I think both Cordi and I can agree on this almost explicitly. There's a lot of meetings that could have been emails and a lot of emails that didn't need to be sent.
Yes.
We have found out from this process of working from home and dealing with all this stuff, it's like, why are you... I routinely see stuff come across my desk and I'm like, delete. It's not my fault, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. If you haven't figured it out in the year we've been home, you're not going to figure it out. And I'm sorry, I can't fix that. So, and there's things where it's like they realize, for your job, Cordi, you don't actually have to be in the office.
For 90%. But yeah, one or two of us could handle it in the office.
And they could have done this rotational life for a long time before all of this. Good luck going back to having this be a normal thing later on, and no one's ever going to mention it again or bring it up or say, hey, there's a suggestion. Of course they're going to. And that's I think the thing where everyone's like, oh, we'll just go back to normal one day. No, we're going to a new normal, which will not be the times of our parents in the workplace. It's going to be much different.
As a future parent, I fully plan to exploit the fact that I can, whatever they have done is like, I'm being bullied, I don't want to go to school, I can just look at it and be like, I survived a pandemic. You can go to school when Becky's being rude.
I will say the pandemic part, the best part of this year has been TikTok and everyone saying it incorrectly. Do you know how many times people talk about pandemic? I'm like, oh yeah, we're in a Parmesan right now. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah,
the panorama.
How are you going outside? There's a parent-teacher conference happening right now. What is wrong with you?
We're in the middle of a pepperoni.
We are in a parallelogram. What is happening here? Oh my god, this perimeter is ridiculous. Like, I just keep throwing out every random P word, and it's just been absolutely perfection, and I love it. And they'll be so dead ass serious on TikTok trucks. Like, how the heck are you doing this? There's a people eater outside. Like, what's happening here?
People eater.
And I'm like, yes. I'm like, please keep that fierceness. And I'm like, you can just insert any P word there, and it has made my life so much better.
A people eater.
A people eater. I'm sorry. They're just so savage about it, but I'm like, I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I think it's also interesting too. So like, we had different levels of coverage than like Simon you had in terms of that so for people who don't know by now, which you absolutely should, our lovely Simon is a Dane. So over our big old pond over that way is Simon, and your country had different handling of this too. So it's interesting to see how you guys handled it or handling it right now, and then all the things that are, have changed between us versus you.
I mean, the main way it was handled for like the first half a year was basically the government going, it's a flu! But maybe you shouldn't be as many people in the buses. And that was about it for half a year. And then they started going like, oh shit, people actually dying. This is not good. Maybe we should try and do like some mandatory masks when you're in the stores or in the buses, like public transport. And everyone went out like, why? You're taking our freedoms away. That's very similar to the state of America.
Yeah. Except for ours has been an ongoing struggle for their quote-unquote freedoms for the entire time. So,
yeah.
But recently, you guys actually went into like a lockdown.
Yeah,
though.
full-on retail lockdown.
Yeah.
It's been actual hell as a retail worker.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to tell you that, but kind of, yep. It's happened over here. I'm sorry, because you're working in those trenches. Yeah.
I mean, like, I know people work in retail where it's just like they have to hand out like TVs from the back rooms and whatnot because it's pre-ordered and shit. We are under the same conditions. We can only hand out pre-ordered stuff. But as someone who sells paint, imagine describing 1 out of 900 different blues to a customer over the phone while they're screaming that it's an infringement on their rights, that I cannot take payment in cash.
It's more of a sky blue, a cerulean, a teal. What are you looking for, Chief? A navy?
So if you were to give depression a color, yeah, that's that kind of blue. Yeah. You're right, Mrs. Johnson.
Depression blue?
A color? Yes, please.
I feel like that would have a gray tinge to it. It would be more
definitely.
It would be closer.
Very dusty.
Yeah, it would be closer to like a steel blue.
Yeah.
I will say though, I have had a little bit of fun.
Oh.
A little bit of fun with those colors because sometimes people get irate when they can't have it their way.
It's not Burger King,
This isn't
bitch.
Subway, goddammit. Like,
like we've set up a call center. We're helping our 4 stores. And people sometimes just turn up at the store. They call the phone. They're like, why can I not come inside? Well, the store's closed. Well, it says on Google that it's open. Well, it says on the store that it's closed.
Yeah.
Google does not know everything.
And how can it? It's one of those things where, like, I get that because I've done that where I'm like, oh, let's. And I'll tell your brother all the time. Call them, check their Facebook. Everybody else to call them. Well, let's open on Google, and I'm like, how many times has that not been true? I'm not telling you, sir.
The amount of hand gestures
Google
going on right
does
now
not
for
have
those
all
with
the
no
answers.
eyes on this.
Again, I need to miss him, y'all. But no, like that's there's no way. And you have to look at like all these small mom and pop shops too. Like they gotta figure out when's the best time to they're getting customers and only have the doors open between those hours. It doesn't make sense to sit there and have someone paid all for like an 8-10 hour shift if you're busy for 2 hours and you're dead for the rest.
Right.
I get it. It's not worth it. But it's also made trying to get certain things done or certain whether it's food or it's shopping or it's, getting specified, like, specific items you can only get at specialty shops. You used to be able to just go out on a Saturday and be like, oh, I'll hit here, lackadaisically over here, then I gotta go over here, and no particular order. You just see wherever you end up. Now you're like, I better make sure I have an appointment to get into here. If I don't get to Trader Joe's before noon on a Saturday, I'm in a line that goes, I swear to God, a city over, and 6 feet apart, waiting because they can only have a certain number of people in the store. You have to wait until they come out, check out, and leave, and then they have an expert. Then they have a minute where they wipe down the carts or everything else, and then you can go in. And then it's that line that just slowly. I feel like I'm at the DMV. Like, essentially, you're just like, oh my God. Okay.
I have not been to the grocery store since March of last year.
That's disgusting. I love you. But you don't do the grocery shopping usually anyway, right? So
Well, we used to go together all the time.
Oh, okay.
But it's just easier to navigate one person through a store than two.
Yeah.
So
especially now. Oh, but honestly, no one pays attention to those arrows.
No. But I'm just stating it's less people in the store overall. And
Still,
all that type of stuff.
They put down these, since you haven't been in a grocery store.
Oh, I know. They put down
these
arrows. I know.
That everyone goes blind. They're like, oh, I can't see I need granola bars over here. Man, we're going this way. I just need some of these little things over here. No. Stop coming at me. I had a woman come up to me in Walmart, which it's Walmart, I get it. But like right here, when this was a pretty new thing, I'd say it was like May of last year. It was still pretty peaked, especially where we live. Asked me if I had seen Lysol wipes, and I'm like, first of all, lady, you and everybody else are asking for Lysol wipes. No, I haven't seen them. I don't know who you are. I felt like Bobby Hill. That's my purse. You don't know me, or I don't know you. Like, I was like, please go away from being right here, asking me a question. I don't even work here. You see me in a mask, perusing the aisles. Huh?
I said asking all these questions.
Asking all these questions. I know, right?
Making statements.
Assuming. But I'm like, what is with that? And like, I think the one thing too, like, this thing has given me is more of like the knee-jerk off-the-cuff reaction without thinking. And I've had those before, but I don't nearly want to, like, choke punch somebody or throat punch somebody as hard as I do now if they get in my little bubble of, like, this arm length. I'll let you be at the tip of my fingers. I'm not going to like it, but I'll let you be there. Don't come any closer. I don't know you. I don't go. Nope. Just stay back. There's X's on the floor for a reason. Stay on your X, and I'll stay on my X, and we'll work our way through wherever we're going through. Just please back up, please. And the other thing is seeing masks.
Back up, Mother Clucker. You don't know me like that.
Exactly. But the mask, you wouldn't think you would have to teach someone how to wear a mask.
Oh, girl.
But listen.
Don't even get me started.
It's a respiratory disease. Last time I checked, we breathe through both our nose and our mouth. But, fuck covering the nose. It doesn't...
No.
It's fine. No worries. I'm glad you have that thong on your nose and nothing else, or on your mouth and nothing else. It's really cute and really in season. I mean, this year's swimwear. But I mean, it's not effective at all. It's driven me nuts. I don't know.
And
oh, I get it.
I think there's a tendency in Denmark right now, especially if you're like 40 to 60 years old.
Yeah.
To blame all of the problems regarding COVID in Denmark on like the late teens, the early to mid 20s, and I'm sitting there like, I haven't had a single issue. Like, I work in the area, like in the field where you would have the issue. It is only middle-aged people, that try to force their way into a locked store to complain about that they can't buy a brush if they can't see it and touch it and fucking cough everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas I have like the mid-20s, they're like, yeah, I get it. I can't come in. I see it. That's fair. I'm just glad I can buy some paint.
Mm-hmm.
They're just happy. Middle-aged people, nah, dude.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
fam.
don't know.
Nah,
I think
fam.
that was a thing to toss up at the beginning though too. It was like the immediate blame was millennials. And all of us were like, hold on a second. We have been out of college at least 10 years. We are on our mortgages and our homes.
Yep.
We aren't going anywhere. We aren't clubbing. The last time we went on spring break, if we did, was at least 12 years ago. It's not us you're looking for. Don't come for us, okay? It's Gen Z, if anything, which I will say have been a little bit more reckless. Not to say that we wouldn't have been the same level of reckless had our brains not been matured back then.
Well, I think part of that actually comes from the fact that at the very beginning, they're like, oh yeah, young people will be fine. So they were just like, well, we're young. Let's fucking go party. We'll be fine. So I think that was part of it in the beginning. Now I don't think so. I don't think it's as bad.
There's something else too where I can't think of what it was. There's a descriptor, and I can't think of what it is, that you have when you're younger, that you almost, it's like an invincibility.
I lost that when I was a kid. Like, I was 10 when I lost that.
Where you have that whole, like, I'm young, I'm healthy, nothing will happen to me. That it's not going to happen to me ever kind of thing when you're young. But as you get older, you're like, wow, I took a lot of chances. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. But when you're young, you're like, I won't get hurt. I won't have a problem. I won't get sick. I'm good. And you just kind of run with that. I mean, I did so many things. Like, you think me not sleeping all night is crazy. I used to go, like, 4 days without that. And then I would go club that night. Like, no big deal. I mean, I should have been dead. And I would have just a quad espresso. Just a casual quad espresso. And make it through the weekend. What's the big deal? I was fine. I mean, definitely should have died. But you just don't think of things like that when you're that age. You're just like, no, I'm fine. I'm invincible. I mean, I think the problem was it's not just them. Mm-hmm. The fact that this was something that could be I mean, I'm being honest with you. You get an STD, you can't really take it back to mom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get anything that's not like a easily transmissible issue, right? Like you get a stomach flu, food poisoning. You can't give food poisoning to somebody. You can give a cold, a flu, a this to somebody else. And I think they weren't connecting those dots that it's not just we got a common cold, okay, whatever. I might get a cold from you, but we'll still share drinks. No. This is a cold I'll put in parentheses or air quotes, a cold with consequences. And people just don't think that it's even an issue. Like, I remember... Do you remember back when we were younger and, like, mono was a thing? People were like, be careful or the kissing disease, be careful you kiss. That can, and when it knocked kids out, they were down for 2 solid weeks. They came right back.
Or longer.
But they were down. And you were like, wow, look, I definitely have recessive mono. I hope it never activates because I kissed a lot of people. But the point is, like, that kind of... Wait, we've been there. But the point is, like, I wouldn't want, like... I wouldn't, in my mind back then, have worried about it. I'd have been like, it's fine, whatever. If I get sick, I get sick. And I probably would have been a spreader because I wasn't as knowledgeable or as I say, less ignorant, right, than I am now. And but yeah, Gen Z, hopefully you're calming down. Hopefully everybody's calming down. And Karens, who like to come in there and boss you around, hopefully they're leaving you alone.
God damn. I'm so happy I don't work retail anymore because fucking hell, the Karens. I think I told this story on the podcast before.
Yeah, the 911 call.
Yeah, when I worked at the liquor store and someone called 911 because she's a middle-aged white woman and we wouldn't let her in the store.
Dude,
literally,
that stuff keeps
literally
happening.
use those words. Yeah.
It keeps happening though. And then the thing that gets me the most I don't think any of us have ever cared what you believe in, what's your age, sex, race, religion, not that anybody should. But I don't know if you've noticed, but this has been a trend and it will be a trend when this is released as well. People are destroying vaccines maliciously. Like, we have a vaccine, ladies and gentlemen. We have a vaccine. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
But people are destroying hundreds and hundreds and thousands of doses because they don't believe in it. And these vaccines specifically have to be kept stupid cold. Stupid cold. Pharmacists, people who went to school, listen, for way too many years to be fucking losing your license, in my opinion, went to school for all these years to say, oh, I don't believe in that, and they just pulled it out of the fridge and left it to warm up on purpose.
Yep.
That is bullshit.
Get fucked.
Insane.
Get fucked. I hope you get slapped with bioterrorism. Fuck you, man. Like, I'm just like,
I hope Resident Evil comes after you, damn it.
The Umbrella Corporation is like, you. Like,
Kidnaps.
Umbrella Corporation wants you to fuck up the vaccines.
Exactly. But like, I can't even believe that we could possibly be closing the gap and getting this over with, and people are like, nope. Why?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. Why? It's insane.
There's conspiracies out there that they want it to go longer because they're making money off of it.
But
You know what I mean?
how, though? I mean...
All of the hospitals getting all these people in there and stuff. I'm not saying I believe in it, but like, there are people out there that are like,
That is a mind. Well, there's this whole money conspiracy theory that I've heard that mindset before, especially for me working in the health IT field. Like, I've heard the whole, well, they're just trying to boost their numbers and trying to do this and this. But then I know well enough to hear and see nurses I worked with and before at previous hospitals and who are in there every day. Like, it's horrible. My mother-in-law retired because of this. They were thrashing her around. She was working 1,000 hours. She wasn't a nurse. She was a PA. She was already like, upper. And she's like, I'm out. You aren't listening to me. I have 30 years of experience. This is serious. Bye. I'll retire.
I've got a friend who's an infectious disease doctor. So clearly this is like right up his fucking alley. And he was working at least 60-hour work weeks, if not more. And, when they finally gave him a week off, he said all he did was slept. That's it.
Yeah.
He slept on that entire week and then had to go back and do it for like 2-3 months more before they gave him another week off.
Jesus.
And so it's a personal toll on the workers, the healthcare workers at the hospitals and everything. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. It's like, no, the hospitals don't want money that bad. That they're going to run their staff into the ground. Yeah. Because you do that, you lose people. Yeah. You lose people. You have nobody to work. Therefore, you can't bring in the money. So, anyhow.
Yeah. To give a little lighter palette, I will say the one thing that I can tell you is I've learned to make a lot more food.
Yeah.
I've learned zip.
Oh my god. I mean, can you not tell in my cheeks? I have gotten rounder. I have learned how to make so much homemade butter. It's unreal. And different types of butter. I might as well be Butter of the Month Club mascot right here, okay? Like, it's bad. Like, but I have tried out literally every recipe I've wanted to try. I have eaten the world as much as I can. Because we're home, right? Like, we're just, what do you want for this? I don't know. What do you want for this? And, like, there's only so much, whatever you want, hon, or whatever you want, hon, before you're like, screw it. You're almost like spinning a globe. You're like, I'm going to go on vacation here. And you stop it, like, on a random spot. Like, you just figure out what you're going to eat that day. And you're like, I'll just make this or make that. We've had things, like, crazy over here. We've taken up new hobbies. I mean, Nate's opened his hats thing. Yeah, so... open an Etsy store. He's made over 100 hats.
Wow.
And I like that.
Yes. Over 100 hats. He's working on a blanket now. He just finished a scarf the other day that was like this really thick design scarf. I mean, so I'm really happy that because he's a fidgeter, so he's like learned something new. I've made 5 quilts this year, so
I've done absolutely nothing.
And that's okay. That's okay. Listen, I have adopted to taking lunch naps. I do not work a single day without a lunch nap. No. I have a mini siesta every day now. Like, things that I'm just like, this is okay. And I also feel like I've kind of, I've sent Cordi TikToks on this before, but like a list of things that I'm going to need before I go back in the office. And I think one of them was like, I'm not sharing a bathroom anymore. Nope, I like my own bathroom. I'm going to need you guys to get really cool with like casual wear because I can fit nothing I had before in the office. So you're going to have to deal with all of this stuff.
I'm not buying a whole new wardrobe.
I'm
come back into the
absolutely
office.
not.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Mm-mm. Listen, I'm going to need to have, like, healthy snack foods, good coffee, good free coffee at the office, okay? Like, at home, I've made this whole little coffee bar. I bought a milk frother, for Christ's sake. Like, things I don't need, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm home, you know? What am I going to do? It's a parallelogram. You got to take care of yourself, you know? So, like, things like that I've really appreciated from this situation, being home, being more relaxed, learning new things, trying new things. I think you guys have done some, like, we started this podcast. You know, there's things that we've done that we've changed around. We've got streaming schedules, new initiatives, new goals. Josh changed jobs. I mean, you found something else that you liked.
I sure did. I wouldn't say I like it, but
better than maybe where you were.
I was going to say, for those who don't know, what are you doing currently?
I am a contact tracer for the county that I live in, so I have to deal directly with the people that test positive for COVID. I also have to call the people that these people have been around and go, hey, yo, you were exposed. You need to quarantine.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Mr. Kingston.
So it's real, people.
It's very real. Yeah.
What are some of the reactions you've gotten to the people that you've contacted and been like, yo, this person tested positive and they said they had contact with you. You need to quarantine. Like, what are some of the answers that stand out the most?
Most of the people that I've called personally already know because, like, the person contacted them going, hey, I tested positive. There has been a handful of people that I had to tell. And then they would try to, like, I never hung out with that person. Da-da-da-da. And I'm like, really? Don't lie to me. You still have to quarantine. And then I think the most extreme is that, at least in the county that I live in, is that if people don't quarantine, they get a sheriff sent to the house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Because people aren't following the rules around here. So...
Yet we still have no, like, legal, or I should say, federal mandate for people to not do things you don't leave the house for. And, like, every other country has it. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone's probably at this point heard about the American Gen Zs, I think, who went to Cayman Islands. She was supposed to quarantine for, like, I think it was, like, 10 days. Waited like 72 hours and then left to go watch her boyfriend play a soccer game or something like that. And they threw her in prison for 4 months. Good.
Oh yeah, we've had like we've had 3 outbreaks in the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Well, then the things like we don't know about, like, right, like, so there's now 2 variants that I'm aware of, one from the UK and one from Brazil. And it's like, I think it's Brazil.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying that
so.
right. And those are supposed to be even worse. And that's one of the reasons why you guys, Denmark over there, you guys got shut down more strictly recently was because of that new variant too. And so I'm like, I almost feel like I wake up every day and it's like I just keep hearing that same song in Groundhog Day. It's like the alarm goes off. You're like, no, no, please. Something else. And I want to strangle Puxtani Phil, and I think he actually comes out today. I think today is is it
2 days.
2 days, okay.
Yeah, it's Greg's birthday.
In advance,
so.
we do these in advance, people. You already know this, but I just feel like it's going to just keep repeating its cycle. Are we done yet? Maybe not. Are we done yet? Are we really done yet? I don't know. Just feel like it's ongoing. Forever. But I think with all of this, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, if you were gonna put a positive note to it, speaking about being all done, like recently came out like 1 or 2 days ago that 1 in every 100 Danes have been vaccinated.
Yay!
which is like a massive improvement.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know the U.S. has been dragging their feet on vaccinations because there was no plan put into place at all. So it's just like every state for themselves, which does not work when you have a, country as large as ours, a population that's a decent size like ours. And it's kind of mind-boggling in that regard. But...
And I feel bad because this and our previous president has really shown a light on the world's views on the U.S. We used to be a country that a lot of people who were outside of here really wanted to come to and visit, and they were like, after seeing the last 4 years and then this handling, I don't think America's so great anymore. And I was like, neither do I. And I was like, fun fact, same, Chief. I mean, we were
don't
given...
either. We actually want to leave. Like...
Right.
Come to Denmark.
Never mind the one-time payment of $1,200 a year ago. Chief was supposed to get us through the rest of the year. Thanks, homie. What? It's very sad how much our crisis, or how well or unwell our crisis response is as a country. Everything's such a political loophole, and I'm like, can you just look at people like they're actually human beings and not just numbers on a piece of paper?
Or ways for you to make money.
Right. But, like, speaking of which, who's been having a great year? Jeff Bezos, dude, man, he's having a wonderful year, and I can't blame him. I haven't left the house. Do you have any idea how many Amazon packages arrive? Like, the other day, I had at least 4 packages. At least 4. I was like, well, this is easy. It'll be here in 2 days. I ordered coffee today.
I mean, he's about to have an even better year in...
Hell yeah.
Coming, was it this spring when... Amazon Game Studios released the new game.
What?
Yeah.
Amazon Game Studios have made an MMO that's releasing this spring, so he's going to have an even better year when all the nerds are coming in.
Is that fucked up? Did Cordi, did you know about that? Game.
Did what?
Did you know about that?
What, the Amazon Game Studio thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the name of it, but I knew about the MMO coming out. This is the first time
I'm hearing about it.
I was going to say, I was today years old. I'm like, half of Streamless, half of 4 gamers had no fucking idea what was happening. I'm just saying.
Well, like, they announced it, was it at the Game Awards or E3?
Oh, I don't remember, but it's New World, and it's coming out in spring, and I'm going to get it. I know several people who are.
I'm not an MMO person.
No. Same.
But no, like every MMO gamer who's tried it out, because they had a massive public test going on. They're gonna earn a big dough on that one.
They're gonna own the dough. They're gonna
own
all the
it. Dough.
They're gonna
all
own
the
it.
sour bread.
They're gonna milk it for all they want, and they're gonna just shove it in their ass. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Okay, somebody's a little spicy this morning.
I am. My migraine is gone.
Yay!
we all felt that on a deep level. And ladies and gentlemen, that's been a year with COVID. My migraine is gone. Yay!
We can't even celebrate without sounding sad anymore.
Listen, right?
God, that's so true.
Help.
I was talking to friends, but it puts things into perspective as well, because I've really been wanting to go out and have like just 1 pint at a pub. And I was talking to a friend about it yesterday, and I'm like, I just want to go out into a place a little bit too crowded, with a little bit too loud music, and a little bit too handsy people, and a little bit of a bad atmosphere, just worse than at home, and have a pint.
Listen, I would gladly wake up in a tub full of ice with my kidney missing to do that. You have no idea how bad I would love to get out of this house. Also, anyone who wants to kidnap me and let me have this excursion, you can have a kidney. Get in contact. But like, no, seriously, like my extrovert, and Cordi knows damn well, my extroverted bulb was just like, I need out. I need out. I need out.
I know.
I need out.
I really
wanna
need to go out and just fucking get massively railed. Like
I knew you were gonna say that.
railed.
yeah,
That is my most favorite term.
yeah.
Yes.
I need it.
All right, calm down, SpongeBob.
I know.
I mean, even my introverted ass is like, can I go to a concert, please? I don't need the bodies pushing up against me because that's never really been my thing. But I just want to feel the energy of the live music. I want to feel the bass thumping throughout my body, but it usually affects the chest the most. Like, that's what I need. I also want fucking hugs. Because, like, the only people I've hugged in the past year have been my husband and my brother who lives with me. I have had no other physical contact with anybody.
Yeah.
At all. And that's driving me bonkers. Like,
that is
period.
So irritating because the limited time I got to see you, I was just like.
Because for those of you unaware, if you subscribe to the whole love language thing, physical touch is definitely way the fuck up there in my love language.
Same.
I mean, that and quality time. But like, whew, this whole not being able to see/hug my friends, I just want to like dog pile everybody together at the end of this.
Yeah. Hut pile. Yeah.
It's tough.
It is. It really is.
Well, if people will start fucking following the rules.
Nope.
And and I don't get me started.
But the pint thing, it just got me back to. I was like, you know what? Like in the beginning, I was like, oh my god, I want a Carrie Bradshaw moment, man. I want to be in a downtown bar and I want to have a $50 martini. No, screw it, a whole retirement fund martini with a bunch of people just bumping around me. Like I want artificial gold foil. I want people who are there. Cute crap. I'm just buying drinks for the bar. We're having a great time, getting wrecked. You know, and then I wake up the next morning wondering what I did with my life. Like, I made a huge mistake, but I had fun with people. Not at home, waking up with half a bottle, like, what happened? Nothing. Another night of me. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And now I'm like, you know, just a hole-in-the-wall bar with, like, cash only. Just a Budweiser. It's fine. Like, it's fine. Like, my standards just keep dropping to, like, what's acceptable. I'm like, can I have, like, at least 7 people in the room? Like, spice it up.
I'm starting to feel like Simon Pegg from Shaun of the Dead.
Yes!
Just wanna go to the Winchester and have a pint.
Yes!
And wait for all of this to blow over.
Listen, though. Like, I wish. Oh my god. And the closest one to us just closed, too. They closed up shop, and I'm like, no. I'm gonna need you to just open back up, please. I need you to just lay underneath one of the casks and you can just turn it on and just let it.
So did they, out of curiosity, because that was a brewery that just closed near you, right?
Yeah.
Did they have a blowout sale for the rest of their booze that they had, or did they just transfer it to the other place?
They distributed what they had. Because they distribute in stores some of their stuff. Okay. But the rest of it they took over to that place that's hours away. Yeah.
That's no fun.
That's no fun at all. I know.
I would be willing to get a rap sheet to just sit at a pub and have a single pint of Guinness.
Yes.
Oh, I just want a properly poured Guinness.
Yeah. No. But listen, though, the people that are enforcing stuff, you don't really want that because it is a good enforcement. Just like I was saying earlier, like those people who are charged for 4 months and the lawyers are like, no, that's so insane. It's a first-time offender. And it's like, we are in a global pandemic. You are not listening. The rules, and the one thing that I will say Americans do all the time, and America be better, for fuck's sake, whatever rules are available here or legal here are not the same in every fucking country. You don't have the same rights in every fucking country. Stop acting like, like, oh, well, that's illegal. That's against the law. Not here. Like, you don't have the right to all this stuff that you have here in the U.S., and vice versa. They don't have the same rights they have there coming over here. But everyone assumes, like, oh, well, I can... That's not right, and that's not moral. It's not ethical. It doesn't matter. It's not your rules. You're in somebody else's gym now, okay? You're in their court. Like, sorry. You can't just blame American, like, naivete to get out of things. Like, no. Mm-mm. So, good. I'm glad. And no, you don't want that kind of sentence. So stay home. Make a little bar by yourself. Talk to yourself at the table. Put a mirror up behind the bar and say, "What can I get for you, sir?" Well, I'd like a Guinness. Yes, a Guinness. Exactly.
Yeah.
You want me to turn on customer service at home to myself?
You can LARP. Wait.
That's insanity.
Wait. You can LARP in your own home. Enjoy!
Oh no, but what if I'm a Karen?
I mean, that's an internal conflict you're going to have to work out, Chief. That is not for here. That is not for here. Nope.
Oh no.
You know what? I hope she speaks to the manager.
Blinko just walks in and all you're doing is arguing with yourself.
That would be beautiful. Oh my god.
Screaming a sentence, completely like putting on another shirt, switching locations, just talking back like, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, and then turn around after like 20 seconds of silence. You can't tell me what to do.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. You. I'm now tempted.
I'm gonna fucking yeet.
I'm really tempted to just like install spy cameras at your house now. Just, like, back and forth. I can just see you like putting on like, the fake mustache or like then taking it off and be like, "Hi, I would like to speak to the manager." "I am the manager. What's the problem here?" Whoosh, it's like going back and forth. Blinko's just sitting there in the window, worried, backs away. Hears you continuing, comes back, popcorn. How's it gonna play out?
You can put cameras in my home. It's gonna be mostly like naked butt shaking while I'm screaming, walking on sunshine or some shit when I'm alone.
I just feel like you'd be the person who'd be like, like, let me see if my dick can clap right out of the shower. Like, how you doing?
Jesus.
What?
Nothing. I'm
How
just being
dare
stupid.
The one thing I will miss once we go back to normal, though, or, normal,
Yeah.
being able to yell at my coworkers verbally and them not hear me while I'm working from home.
Yeah.
At least
wait a minute.
2, if not all 3 of my lovely co-hosts have been in voice chat with me during the workday.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they have heard me rage like a motherfucker.
Wait. I had a whole like cinematic scene play out in my head. So you're back at work and you forget, and you just yell at them, and they look at you dead ass, and you have this moment of like processing, and you're like, "Sorry, there seems to be a glitch in the system." You're just kind of like, woo! You're like, "So sorry, we will go for a software update soon." They're looking at you like, "Is she okay? Is she all right?" Like, but I can just see you just playing that off, just like, "No worries, it's fine." And they're like, "Should we be worried?"
It's cool.
I'm gonna have to release you to that as well. Shit.
They walk in the store, you're like, "Hey," and you're like, "Try me. I mean, what color would you like? Make my day. I mean, oh my god, we can mix over here."
Like right now, it's like I'm on the phone with customers. The second I'm shutting up, it's because I hang up the phone. If they're bitches on the other end, the second the phone is hung up, I'm like, "Fucking hell, what a cunt!" If I shut up while they're in the store, and then forget that it's not on the phone, shit, what a dick! Fucking hell, how hard is it to get... Oh, hello, sir.
I
How are
forgot
you
you were
today?
here.
How may I help you today, sir?
How may I be of assistance?
I mean, one saving grace for me, though, is the fact that the 2 other people in my department actually don't sit near me. So at least I can still grumble under my breath, but I have to watch it because someone in the other department that's in the same floor is next to me, and she's friends with one of the people I bitch about. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Please, 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 wait. If you hear anything, please don't tell the person, because I don't need that drama in my life right now.
You
I
don't?
don't need that shit. I don't need it.
That's gonna say that's the one thing that, you know, I do like, that I don't have to deal with this in-person workplace politics. If I don't like something anymore, I just go, oh, you know, I gotta drop, I got another meeting, I'll talk to you guys later, bye, click. I don't have a meeting. I just didn't want to be there anymore. Like, you're being dramatic, you're racing into a story that's so long and so overdrawn, like, goodbye, I got things to do. Nothing, but maybe a head start on my nap. But the point is, like, I'm over this conversation, or, oh, listen, you know, I gotta drop the call, I've got diarrhea, I'll see you later. Filter gone, like, reality in. And I'm just like, you know, I feel like that's going to be a problem if I'm back in the office and you're like, hey, aren't you going to be on this? No, listen, I've got diarrhea. You haven't left your desk. Wow, that's wild. Should probably leave my desk.
That's true.
Someone's trying
I
to talk
haven't
to
left
you
my
and
desk, so maybe you should leave.
Leave my desk, right? Oh my
Like,
god.
someone's trying to talk to you and you're just like, yeah, I'm not here right now.
Yeah.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Leave a message after the tone.
I swear to God, if you do the actual beep, like you sit there and you like open your mouth and become robotic, like, everyone will be like, oh, okay, this one's extra special. Yeah, no,
Someone's extra today.
yes.
The number you've been calling is not available right now. Please leave a message after
Please
the beep.
don't even bother leaving a message, because I'm not going to listen to this. And I couldn't give a single fuck.
Right.
The person you are trying to call has not set up their voicemail. Please call back and try again.
While maintaining
I
eye
used
contact.
to hate getting that message. I was like, son of a... It was always my sister, too. And I was like, why? Just set it up. Oh, well, you called, you leave a message, because I can't. Like, I've had this conversation with you multiple times.
And it's not even like the voicemail is full. It is. The voicemail has not even been set up because this person doesn't give a single fuck about anything.
Wait, yes. No, but like, I agree, though. Seriously, after I saw it the other day, it was like on a shirt or something, when it was like, when this virus is over, I still want some of you to stay away. And I'm like, yes. There are some people where I'm like, yep. Other people I didn't like
never,
before.
Ever contact me ever again.
I will contact Attorney General. Leave me alone. Like, please leave me alone. I am no longer interested.
I'm no longer interested in your bullshit.
Listen, I wasn't before, but now I'm like, I really don't like you. There is one person that was always a pill at work, and my coworker would always kind of like slide them to me, and then like one day I slid them back to them, and they're like, oh yeah, I was hoping that I didn't have to deal with them. And I was like, deal with it. So like, if they pop up after this, I am never taking their bit. No. Immediately go over and hang out with this person. They can help you right here. Good luck. Thank you. Bye. And I am gone. I'm locking myself in the bathroom for half an hour. Good luck finding me. Good luck. I'm not doing it. No, my threshold for
no?
Tolerating. Yeah, how about no? My threshold for tolerating BS after this is gone. It's absolutely gone. Nope.
Hell no.
It's like one of the best and worst things to happen to me, being home like this. Like, you know what? It's really, people are like, oh my God, it's an emergency, and I'll evaluate, and I'm like, you know, it's really not, though. It's really not. And a lot of this sounds like you just didn't plan. So if I recall correctly, a lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. Cool. Talk to you later. And you're just like, deuces, mic drop them out. Like,
so if you plus and then you time and then you multiply by and you carry the two, it's a you problem.
You problem. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
My lord.
Well, one of my favorite things at work lately has been I'm about to go on lunch. Like, I'm getting my status message all written out saying, hey, on lunch until this time. And I see something pop up in the queue for duplicate review. I'm like, I'm not touching that. I go to lunch, I come back, it's still fucking there. But everything else that had popped in between the time I went to lunch and the time I came back, there's nothing from that. No, they just left that singular thing in there. And I have to come back and deal with it. I'm like,
it's so petty. It's so petty.
I'm like, just
do it.
Exactly.
Just do it.
Just sit down, look at it, figure it out.
Shia LaBeouf.
Do it. Just do it.
Yesterday you said tomorrow.
I've even written procedures on how to handle this shit. You know, like actual procedures step by step. If it's this, do this. If it's this, do this. If it's this, do... No, they do not. They do not. They will not look at that and go, oh, I can figure this out on my own. This is cool. No, they're lazy. They're lazy. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
It's a next level of petty, though. Is what it is. It's just pettiness. And your office place, you have so much pettiness there. It's so ridiculous. I'm like, just maybe don't be a cunt. Like, I want to walk into your coworkers and be like, it's time for a company training. This is called How Not to Be a Cunt, Part 1.
Yep.
Like, let me go through this PowerPoint. Part 1, just don't be a cunt. Examples of how not to be a cunt. You know, it's just really not that hard. But no, that's the kind of petty stuff I used to have in my old job where I was like, really? Like, oh, well, it wasn't my time. You were technically still clocked in. Like, to spend the time to look at, like, the number of minutes or seconds, people will do that. Like, oh, well, technically it's yours. I'm like, technically you could have solved the problem and all the investigation you did on me, but all right, cool. This is fun. And then at that point you're like, oh, we're like that? Great, I'm keeping absolute score. I will end you. You know, and it's like, otherwise you could just be a nice person. You could be a nice human. But if you turn on like Terminator mode on me, it's not turned off. I'm sorry. Nope.
You want to go by the books to the fucking letter? We can go by the books.
Listen, you want to be Sarah Connor? I'm still going to get you. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just do your thing. It's still coming.
Like, I'll beat you with the book. I will beat you with the book.
Not a problem. I will absolutely end you. It's totally fine. But that's that level of pettiness. Like, oh, well, she signed out literally 0.3 milliseconds after that arrived. We're not doing it.
Well, they just leave this stuff for me regardless, because since I'm working from home, I can't do any of the physical work, like for mailed transactions or anything. So I'm the only person that's working another system that's purely online. So, like, I'll be tucked away in that system for like an hour. Yeah. Doing those things because we are so far behind on that. It's not even funny right now. And I'll come back just to check up on everything else, and there will be a duplicate sitting there. Just because they didn't want to do it. It's not even a fact of, oh, it came in before she went to lunch, she should have to do it. It's like, no, like, I'm working on this other stuff that we're so far behind on, but I can't get your help because you're busy doing other stuff, and you just leave this duplicate in here just for me to see however many hours down the line when I emerge from this other system. Yeah, no.
Still petty.
Yeah.
I still want to terminate them.
I'd
be back.
Cordi's like, same.
I wasn't going to be the one to say it, but...
Listen, that's why you have your pocket Rhenvi. I'll just say it. It's fine. I don't care. Oh, so... You guys.
Yes.
If you had one thing before we wrap up today you want to see happen in this next year, because we were our year in, what would you like to see, Simon?
I'd like to see people respect the no entrance signs to stores.
Fuck it. Mad appreciation. All right. Josh?
Are we talking about like personally or just like in general?
In general.
I would like to see people not be such fuck noses.
Fuck noses.
Yeah, fuck noses.
Listen,
Fuck
in
noses.
true fashion, we have a lot of ways to represent fuck in this podcast, and that's a new one. Fuck noses. All right. How about you,
nose.
Cordy?
Yep.
I actually don't have much of one. I just want this to be over.
Yeah.
I just want the vaccine. You know what? There we go. Just get everyone fucking vaccinated.
Yeah.
You know, barring, if you have, autoimmune disorders where you can't take the vaccination, of course. But, like, those who can get the vaccination, get the fucking vaccination. Just do it. When it's available, do it.
Exactly. I would like everyone, everywhere, to at least get a rudimentary understanding of science. So that they understand what we're dealing with and how this thing works. Because all of these assumptions, all of these conspiracy theories, a little education can change a lot of things. I just need people to get a little bit more educated without bias or some sort of other BS. So that's my hope. But we'll see. We'll let you know in a year, guys. In the interim, if we need to find you outside of this wonderful podcast, Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok as JosherXD, and you can also find me on Twitter as the JosherXD.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right.
Simon, you ready, buddy?
No.
All right, you're up.
I'm on Twitter as Warriors Lazy, and I'm on Twitch as Lazy Warriors. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok under the same name.
Perfect. Cordy?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at Cordelia Chase, Cordilia Chase. Yay.
And what about you?
Yeah, I'm taking my consistent lazy way out. Twitter has links to everything else, and it's Renegade, Rheneg on Twitter, and you can find links for everything else that I do. So,
Yeah.
see you over there. But in the interim, lovely folks who are listening, we have multiple ways for you to contact us. We have our own Twitter, StreamlessP. Feel free to follow and message, comment, inbox us, DM us, all that nice stuff. And we have an email. Feel free to reach out to us at streamlesspod@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts, your wishes, your hopes, your talking points, your ideas, your feedback, any and everything. We would love to hear it.
Fan art.
Yeah, listen, we're
Yes.
still waiting for that fan art, all right?
Yeah.
The dumber the better.
Yes, please. Yes, please. But until next time, see you later, guys.
Bye, 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 bye.
Papaya.
Okay.
Papaya!
Papaya, for fuck's sake. Jesus. I'm out of here.